Good to see you guys, everybody. I'm excited for tonight. We are going through revamp your medicine cabinet. And I've been wanting to do this for a while because a lot of you, when you have things happening or going on, you ask and you're like, is there another way that I can do this, or another way that I can do something else that doesn't require medications or even perhaps going to the doctor? Now, I'm going to pre-frame this webinar beforehand, okay? At the end of it, I'll talk about how do you know when you should go to the doctor, when you should get checked deeper. The medical system is here for a reason. When do you feel like you need to do that? So I'm going to talk about that at the end, but I'm going to tell you right now, we're not treating anything. We are not, you're not getting medical advice from me. This is for your own information to take with you, for you and your family, but I am not responsible for anything when it comes to that. Okay. But there is a powerfulness to revamping your medicine cabinet. And there's a couple things and reasons for why this is such a good idea. When first and foremost, it does reduce side effects. When you have natural remedies, there's fewer side effects than things like synthetic drugs, especially when you use these natural things correctly. Having a holistic approach. There are many, 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 many natural remedies that will support your body's overall wellness rather than just targeting symptoms and getting symptoms to go away. The other part is it's empowering you for not only your own health, but for your family and for your kids. And being able to empower you is one of my favorite things to do, is to know that you absolutely can do this. And by learning these natural solutions, you begin to gain that confidence in being able to address these health concerns and do it proactively. Because you can see right there, the body can heal itself. When it has all the proper things that it needs, we don't need to fear. We just need to get to the cause and help the body naturally be able to fight it. So the purpose of this entire webinar, and don't worry, you can go back and watch this as many times as you want to, or if you feel like I need to share this with my friends or my family, I need to share this with other people, please do so. And you can go back and watch it, but the whole purpose of this is to equip you with the tools that you need to transition your medicine cabinet towards a more natural, family-friendly, and being able to have everyday wellness in your life. Amen? You guys excited for this? I'm excited for it. Here's the benefits before we get into the nitty-gritty. When you have a natural medicine cabinet and you start to switch over and you begin to change things out, there's a lower dependence on pharmaceuticals. And when you reduce that reliance on not even prescription, but the over-the-counter medications, you don't have to do that anymore. You're not dependent on always having to take a Zyrtec or take omeprazole or take a Nexium. There's other ways and other things that you can do for your body and your health. Family-friendly solutions. So this isn't just for adults and it isn't just for kids. It's a natural thing that has been going on for years and years and years for both littles and bigs. And being able to have that, there's many, many natural remedies suitable for all ages. Now, the usage and the dosage is going to be different, but the same thing applies. The other thing is you're going to support your long-term health. You're going to build immunity. You're going to manage stress, and you're going to address the root cause of common issues rather than just having this temporary symptom relief. The other thing about this, you guys, it is so much more cost effective. Now, if you decided to just redo your entire medicine cabinet after you listen to this today, you're literally like, I'm taking everything out, I'm going to buy it. Will that cost some money? Yeah. Yes, it absolutely will. And what I'm talking about cost effective wise is that in the long run, it's going to be way more cost effective for you to change things going more natural and holistic, because you're going to invest in different things that are multi-purpose, because you're going to see as we go through stuff, you're going to see, oh, I saw that I saw that in the last one, and this one, it helps for both of these things. And that's the reality of it. It can replace several conventional medications throughout. So let's get going. Let's start with the most important thing, especially right now, your immune system. Now, I'm keeping myself big because I don't have a whole lot of pictures on here, but I want you to be able to, if you need to take screenshots or screenshot your computer, or some of you, I'm on your TV and you can screen your TV, and I have the supplements and things here so that you can see what they look like. Now, I've literally taken ours and what we use here. Are there different brands and different companies that do great things and are different than what I'm going to show you? Yep, absolutely. And that's where I'm also going to show you what you look for. So if you're going to buy something different brand than what we have, I want you to be able to look at the ingredients and make sure it's exactly what you want it to be. So the very first one that you see right there, vitamin C. It's an antioxidant that supports your immune function. And it's recommended to do daily, especially in these like flu season months. So we prefer to do powder. We have this in our office. It's called the Tri-C complex. And when you're looking for what kind of vitamin C that you want inside of here, they're pretty good at making vitamin C pretty clear. It's really more of what are the other ingredients inside of there. They'll put other ingredients in there like sugar, like your emergency. Nope. Read the ingredients. Read the other ingredients that are in there. There's sugar inside of there. Sometimes there's even Splenda inside of there. So you want to make sure you look at other ingredients. This is sweetened with monk fruit. So you want monk fruit or stevia. Most of the time we have there's really good vitamin C that is inside of vitamin C supplements. But we like powder because you can drink it. Kids like it because it's orange. It doesn't taste bad. You don't have to cover things up. Vitamin D. Big one. And we talk about it all the time, but vitamin D3, especially right now, like this is absolutely vital to have a great immune system. You get this through the sunlight. And so right now there's not a lot of sunlight. So getting 5,000 IUs every single day on a daily basis to increase your immune system, perfect. Now, when you are sick, we're taking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, sometimes 10 of these every single day to boost up our immune system. The likelihood of any of that happening in America is like of overdoing that is very slim. Some of you've had your vitamin D levels tested and you're like in the 20s. Some of you might be in the 8s. You want to get up to 60 to 80 to have that boost of your immune system to keep it nice and strong. Zinc plus. There's two things with this. You can start taking this and take it daily if you wanted to. It is inside of like multivitamins, but taking it by itself, this is zinc plus because it also has vitamin B6 inside of it. There's another B vitamin in it. There's taurine in it. There's malic acid in it, and it all helps it absorb even faster. But we especially take it during these 3 months to boost our immune system up. And the best thing that you can do with zinc is if you feel something coming on, it is better to take it right away. It stops any type of viral replication. So the sooner that that's in your body, the better. So anytime that we feel something coming, we are like, where's the zinc? Let's get it inside of our body and start to take it. Elderberry. We love our Mama Merrill's elderberry syrup. It's local. That's like wherever you're watching this from. If you are in Nashville, you need to have Mama Merrill's. We sell it in our office. You can also go to their website, but we like local elderberry because you can buy elderberry syrup at like Whole Body. You can buy it at the store, but the more local that it is, the better that it helps your body. We take in a tablespoon every single day. That way, keeping your immune system nice and strong. They've done a lot of research with that. And the people that are doing that, their symptoms last less. They're not as long as other people when they're doing elderberry on a regular basis, especially during cold season. Now, let's talk about getting even deeper into this. So thinking about colds and flus and allergies and sore throats, a lot of the same things help every single one of those. So echinacea is one of the best ones. I got a little bit of the stuff that's going around a couple weeks ago, and this is my favorite thing. And you spray it into the back of your throat 3 times, and it helps to stop even coughing, but it gets that echinacea. And on the next slide, we'll talk about propolis and what that is. But this is really, really good. Echinacea is great. You can take it in a capsule form. You can take it in a tincture form. I like it in the spray form because it goes directly down into my throat and I can spray it into there. Garlic. Not only eating garlic, but you can also put garlic in your body through a tincture or a capsule. Earaches are a big one. You can put the garlic, sorry, I'm like backwards on this thing. You can put garlic oil down here, rub it into. So if you have kids, garlic is a great, great thing to be able to do during this time. If there's any colds or flus or allergies, sore throat, very antimicrobial. You can include it in your diet or take it as a supplement. Oil of oregano. There's 2 different ways you can do this. Like you can do it in an oil like this. You put it in water. It's a little bit spicy, not recommended for kids at all to be able to do that. But then there's also capsules. This is what we prefer because already having it in a capsule, you just have to take it. The reason why this is so important is because it is like nature's antibiotic. So if you go to the doctor, let's say you go to the doctor, they test you and you're like, I want to give you an antibiotic. I would not take that antibiotic. And the reason is because it can destroy my entire, it's like a bomb going off inside of my entire microbiome. And instead I can do this. I can start taking oregano oil, eating oregano in my food. That's not going to be enough. Like taking it, like when you're not feeling good, you want to go deeper into an essential oil or doing the capsules. Colloidal silver. We love colloidal silver a whole lot. I didn't bring the one that's like a dropper, but there's 2 different kinds. There's spray colloidal silver, and then there's dropper colloidal silver. And what this does is it stimulates your immune system. There is, when you look at it, like you can take it daily if you want to keep your immune system, but you only take 1 like dropper and that's it. But when you're doing like term immune system response, you can do it up to 7 times a day. And you can even see it heals wounds. It treats diseases like flu, pneumonia, herpes, eye infections, shingles, cancer, AIDS, all from colloidal silver. Now, we've even put this in, you can put it in your eyes. You can put it in your ears. Now, you're not going to go overboard. Can I trust that you guys listening won't go overboard with this? But our dogs had some eye gunk, and we put colloidal silver in their eyes, and everything is fine. And not right away, like it's sometimes not that fast, and you have to continue to do it for a little bit until your immune system boosts up so that it can fight whatever is happening. But this is such a safe, huge immune booster, easy peas. It tastes like water, so your kids can have it and they won't complain by what it tastes like. You leave it under your tongue for about 30 seconds, so you do your best. For kids, they'll probably swallow it pretty quickly or like play a game for it, and then that helps tremendously. Now, let's talk about even more things. So there's other natural things that we also do. One of the big things that Dr. Michael does is hista support. He used to be allergic to like grass and pollen. And if any time anybody ever mowed the grass, he was coughing, he was sneezing. So hista support is awesome because it helps to boost your natural response during allergy season. And inside of it is also vitamin C and quercetin as well, which also helps your immune system. Hista means histamine. So when our noses are running, when our eyes are itching and like running as well, like it helps that histamine response. Cayenne. This is not for kids at all whatsoever. It is for adults and it is intense, but it will get rid of a sore throat like fast, fast, fast. Now, after it happens, it's a little bit on the rough side because it is spicy, but inside of it, it's the capsaicin, and that's anti-inflammatory, antibacterial. It can also help with pain. Now, when you're doing this, you usually want somebody else to do it for you, unless you're brave enough to do it on your own, because you're going to try to do the dropper past your tongue so that it goes directly into your throat and it's not as bad. Now, it's still fiery, but it helps to just burn everything and anything that's out inside of there. So we have this in our medicine cabinet. We don't use it a whole lot, but it's in there because we've seen amazing results with it in our bodies as well. Now, nasal spray. Oh, you can hear all the things. Nasal spray. This always falls off. This is the nasal spray that we have that we keep inside of our medicine cabinet. And I love it because it supports so many different things than just your sinuses, but it helps even oral health. It comes from a beehive. So propolis is what it's called, propolis nasal spray. Now, I looked at a few more, and this is again where I want to make sure that you look at the ingredients and make sure that there's not like not good stuff inside of here. So this is with xylitol, and xylitol is really good for the sinuses. So this is a really good nasal spray. Now, beekeepers, they don't always have the best, the rest of everything. So even if the brand is good for one supplement, that doesn't mean that it's good for another. So always read the ingredients and make sure that it says what it needs to be inside of there. Okay. Breathe again. Essential oil. It's a roll-on. This is like if you're like Vicks rub thing, like you can put Breathe Again on, or even eucalyptus, which I'll talk about here in a second. Eucalyptus, having that, you can diffuse it. You can also carry your oil and put it on. So then if you need to breathe it, you can. Another thing, like sometimes you just need a cough syrup because you can't stop coughing. This helps a lot. Like if you're coughing, the echinacea, because it also has propolis inside of it too. But bronchial syrup, we like this one the best. I've been to Whole Foods and I've looked at every single one of them. This one is sweetened with honey. The rest of them are sweetened with like cane sugar and have other things inside of them. So Whole Foods brand is the very, very best. So we love this one. Okay. If you have questions, you can put them in the chat. At the very end, I have set aside time to be able to do a Q&A. Now, let's talk about oils. I am not an oil seller. We do have oils in our office, but we are not a part of any type of marketing. I'm not selling you on oils today. There's a lot of great companies, thankfully. There used to only be Young Living and doTERRA, but now there's a lot of other companies too that are making great oils. So just make sure that you buy these from a reputable oil company. So the first one is lavender. Love lavender. Like, I literally was getting prepared for all of this, and all I had to do was open up my fanny pack that I like as my purse that I carry around. And you can pretty much guarantee inside of there is going to be my daily essentials pack that has all of my vitamins for the day inside of it. And then there's going to be a plethora of oils. I carry them everywhere. But lavender is a huge one. Okay. Calming effects, aids in sleep, reduces anxiety. So these are like things we just have all the time. If I'm out of lavender, I have more lavender coming. Like I want to keep all of this in our medicine cabinet at all times. And then peppermint. Peppermint right here helps with any type of headaches. It helps with digestion. It also can be used for energy boost or bad breath. Okay. Tea tree. We always have tea tree. Antibacterial, antifungal, a lot of skincare, cleaning, athlete's foot, toe fungus, nail fungus. Like it is so good at cleaning things out and going in there and doing what it needs to do. Next one, eucalyptus. I talked a little bit about this one, but eucalyptus is fantastic, supports your respiratory health, especially cold and flu season right now. And then thieves. I love thieves. I use it all the time. We diffuse it in our office all the time. On Guard is the other name for the doTERRA one. So it boosts your immune system. It's anti-fungal, antibacterial, antimicrobial. It's a blend of different ones. So I wrote this down. So I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget. Cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, lemon, rosemary. But it's really known for its immune boosting and antimicrobial stuff. So even the stuff that we use to clean in the office is thieves base. So being able to do that. Okay, next up we have frankincense. Love frankincense. I know that it is one of the more expensive oils, but it is super, super strong, anti-inflammatory, potentially anti-cancer effects inside of our bodies. So having this, we don't use it a whole lot, but if like something comes up on our skin that's like weird, we'll put some frankincense on it. If something's just not quite getting better, we will get out the frankincense to use on that. Oregano, we talked about that as well. Oregano is always something that we have because it's antibiotic, antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal. So good. Great question. Tal just asked, how do you recommend using these? Does it depend on the oil? The answer is yes. So that question right here is answered in this part. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use these oils. So I want to tell you some of the ways that we do it. Diffusing them is one of the best ways. It's ideal mainly for any type of respiratory or mood support. So anytime that we're kind of just feeling something like in our lungs or in our sinuses, we will do eucalyptus and thieves, and we'll diffuse those all the time, everywhere. So your kids, a really good one is to do eucalyptus and have that in their room when they're sleeping, when they're around. You can also use them topically. Now, the rule of thumb here is that everybody's body is different to how they respond to oils. So it's always a good idea to use what's called a carrier oil. So that can be like jojoba oil, it can be coconut oil, it can be avocado oil. So any type of oil that's nourishing to your body. So like not canola oil and vegetable oil, you don't want to eat with that. So we don't want to put that on our bodies. But those kinds of things, then you apply it to the skin. You can mix it together and then you can put it on your body just to be safe. So don't put these like directly onto your body. Now, lavender is not really one that's like going to be a thing. So sometimes it might be like this, and that's totally fine. Put it on a small area first to see if it affects anything. Tea tree is really good for blemishes and acne. So being able to have those things on the bottom of your feet, like a bottom of kids' feet, but I would still put a carrier oil anytime that you're going to put an oil on a kid. But bottom of your feet, really, really good. Your spine, always recommend like spine. So if you have a headache for any reason and you put it like around here, you put some peppermint, whatever that might be, always put it on your spine too, because that's the highway for everything to work through. Inhalation. So breathing it directly for quick relief is really, really good. When I was sick this a couple weeks ago, I spent the whole time. So I just put this on my hand like this. There's a couple drops inside of there, and I would rub it together, and then I would breathe it in heavy and hard, like my whole being of going, and it goes directly into my lungs, and nothing went into my lungs, nothing. It all stayed in my throat and above, because I knew that if I didn't get it into my lungs, that it would be. So I would just every hour, just keep breathing it in. And it smells so good. It's so good. I love the smell of thieves. But that is one way to do it. Peppermint, you can do that too. Lavender, you can do it. It's a really quick relief of like getting things where they need to be and helping your body. Great question. So next up, I don't have a whole lot of examples for you here. This is more of like herbal things where you could get these in tea form or tincture form or in salves and creams that are really good for just having available. Ginger is a really good one. So whether that's ginger tea, like if you're just feeling sick to your stomach, your body doesn't feel like it's digesting food, you feel inflamed, like you can get it through a tea or ginger capsules or eat ginger. Chamomile, so good. Calming your body before you go to sleep, having some chamomile tea helps your body to be able to sleep. Turmeric. Now, I did bring some turmeric tincture because I love this for a couple reasons, and I'll talk about it in the next one too. So very anti-inflammatory, very helpful to your joints, your immune system, digestion. And there's ways you can take turmeric capsules. Like you can put turmeric on your food, but having a tincture where it's so concentrated, getting it in, I was going to say shoving it, but getting it into your body, like a big dose of it. Oh, it's so, so good. So we love a good turmeric tincture. And then calendula, that is a plant and it is really good for any type of wound healing, skin health. You can apply it like if there's like a rash or something on your skin, you can get calendula and that can go right on over it. We usually go for coconut oil and lavender first for things like that. And then I'll talk to you, there's even manuka honey and different things that you can put on wounds or burns. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But how you use these things, teas, tinctures, creams, they're all really, really beneficial to have in your medicine cabinet. Now, let's talk about pain. There's a lot of alternatives to conventional pain treatments, if you will. A lot of things that you can try first before taking an Advil, a Tylenol, an ibuprofen, an over-the-counter, like deeper pain medication, or even a prescription medication. So the first one is arnica gel or deep relief. Oh my gosh. Some of you might know like Deep Blue from doTERRA. These are really good. Now, the gel is the one that you want to get because when you look at the cream and the ingredients inside of the cream, there's way more not healthy, good ingredients inside of there. So they put like way more stuff in there that doesn't, well, it's how you probably make a cream, but I'd rather have a gel so there's not as much extra ingredients inside of there. But they do help a lot with reducing bruising and pain. So it's available in creams and in gels. This Deep Relief is a roll-on. I'm so bad at this. I thought I'd get better by now, but magnesium is really, really good. Now, not only taking magnesium, but there's also magnesium gel and lotions that you can get off of Amazon. We carry this in our office, Designs for Health, and you can put it topically on an area where it doesn't feel so good, like being able to support your muscles relaxing. There's sprays, there's supplements that you can also do, which I'll talk about also in the digestive system. So magnesium helps. We do this every day anyways. So we take the multi-magnesium every single day. And then at night doing magnesium glycinate. So there's a lot of different ways that you can take magnesium. Willow bark. So white willow bark. This is your natural Tylenol, aspirin, ibuprofen. Before it turns into a chemical, this is where it comes from. Right from the white willow bark tree. Okay. Turmeric. Again, turmeric is so anti-inflammatory. Get this into your body. It contains curcumin, super anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and it does help decrease arthritis pain. And some of you, you may have been like, I've tried turmeric in the past, or I've done some turmeric. You may need to change it up and do a tincture. When it's in a liquid form, it helps your body to like absorb it better and faster and quicker. So change up. Like if you're like, I've heard this and it didn't work for me. Try it in a different form. Okay. Try it in a different form. Try it in a different dosage. And perhaps you might see a difference. Got some great comments coming in. Hi, Donna. Hi, Dimitri. We got Don. John Handyman, you asked magnesium is good for, and then a question mark. So magnesium is good for pain relief because it helps relax any muscles or tension that could be there. And I'm also going to talk to you in just a minute that it does help with digestion as well. There's a lot of other things that magnesium does inside of the body, but a lot of them are known for sleep, relaxation, pain relief, and digestion. Angela. Love it. Okay, let's move into digestive system health essentials. This is a pretty long list, but it's so important that we support our digestive system in a way that's supportive of your microbiome. Okay? When we do things outside of supporting our microbiome, we're creating a deeper problem and we're digging a deeper well into a place that we don't want to be digging ourselves into. because it can take a while for our gut to heal, because there's only one cell layer of lining from our mouth all the way to our anus. It's one cell. And if that breaks open, we can have things like leaky gut. Our things are leaking out that shouldn't be, things are leaking in that they shouldn't be. And then it's going to lead to a whole host of other issues. So the first thing that I'm putting on here, of course, is probiotics. Now, I've done plenty of microbiome testing and stool sample testing. And those of you that have heard me talk or were just at our gut health workshop, I've talked about this because we don't want to create more problems. So if you have an overgrowth of microbiome, like your microorganisms inside of your body, taking probiotics can actually cause that to be worse. But there is a type of probiotic that will help causing overgrowth. And you can see right there what I put was spore-based probiotics. So in our office, it's called microbiome support. In the world, it's called Saccharomyces boulardii, or S. boulardii. Look for spore-based probiotics, and that can help so then it can support your microbiome, support your digestive system without causing more of an overgrowth. Now, peppermint oil, or you can get it in peppermint capsule. So again, look, we got peppermint back here again. It's known for digestive discomfort, and it's good for IBS and bloating. Aloe vera juice. I didn't bring my aloe vera juice along, but aloe vera juice is super soothing to your digestive system. It also can help with acid reflux and any type of stomach lining, leaky gut support. Aloe vera is huge on that. We have a supplement in our office. It's the GI Repair. It's a powder, and it has aloe vera, marshmallow root, okra, and it's all just super soothing to your digestive system. Now, digestive enzymes. The one that we take is GI Replace. Digestive enzymes. You can see right there, it supports your body with these essential digestive enzymes. They're already in your stomach, but they can be diluted from the food that we eat if our microbiome isn't balanced. So they might not be strong enough. So then when we eat food, we might become bloated or feel like it's not digesting properly. And that's what digestive enzymes do, is they help when your body needs a little bit of a break and help digesting carbs and proteins and fat and dairy and gluten and fiber. It also helps to reduce bloating and constipation, while also helping your energy levels. So I'm going to tell you, we always have this in our medicine cabinet. Now, we don't always take it. If I have done a test though, and I need to take it as part of the protocol, then I will take it, but I only take it for a period of time. But when do I take it? When I am going to eat outside of a normal plan. Like if I'm going to dinner or on vacation, we always take our digestive enzymes. And it's a way of being like, sorry, body, like we're about to like eat some not good food and I don't want to like destroy everything. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a help of some digestive enzymes. And I pass them out at the table. I'm like, who needs a digestive enzyme? Because I know that this food isn't going to be really healthy and it could mess my gut up. So I'm use it for when I am going out to eat. Activated charcoal. Where are you? We always have activated charcoal. It's often used to treat food poisoning or even, like drug overdoses. And it's also shown to treat diarrhea and also lower your cholesterol, as well as helping with farts and gas. We also take this because it also helps to detox your body. There is a toxic factor to that. But so if we don't have any of those other things going on, like let's say one of the ways, like we don't drink a lot, but if we do have a drink, I will always take an activated charcoal before I go to bed. If I've not eaten very well, I will take an activated charcoal as well to not only help bind the toxins that were in my food, but also to help my digestive system. And I've noticed, because I have a tracker called a Whoop, and if I drink and don't take a activated charcoal beforehand, my recovery is not good. When I take an activated charcoal before I go to bed, it improves my recovery dramatically. So I learned that from even testing. And so that's what we do as well. Dawn, you say, do you only take it when you have an issue? I'm assuming you're talking about activated charcoal. So let me know if that's not what it is, because I think you guys are about 10 seconds behind me live when it goes to you. But I only take activated charcoal if I'm trying to detox my body as part of a plan, only for a period of time, or if I have an issue, or if I drink alcohol. That is when I take the activated charcoal. Because the idea is that with all of this, like some of it, like you don't really take it all the time. Not everything you take all the time. Activated charcoal, if you take it too much, like you'll see that your poop will be like black because it is charcoal and it's dark. So I don't want to take it so much that I start to see things like that, because I have before. And I was like, oh, I think I'm taking a little bit of too much of activated charcoal going through my body. So if I were to take it for something like diarrhea, because you don't want to just always have diarrhea. Like if you take it and it gets rid of the diarrhea and then everything goes back to normal, then great. But if you have to take it all the time because you always have diarrhea, then there's a bigger reason and a bigger cause for why that has happened. Yes. Okay, good. We were on the right track there, Dawn. Okay. If I eat something bad and my stomach hurts, it's a game changer. It's absolutely true. And it's so good. And apple cider vinegar is what is up next. So you can see apple cider vinegar, a natural remedy for heartburn and indigestion. And some of you are like, I've tried that before. Maybe try capsules. You can put apple cider vinegar in capsules, mess with the dosage a little bit. But that is we always have apple cider vinegar in our fridge, not only for cooking, but if we have any type of like indigestion of some sort, we will do some apple cider vinegar, dilute it in water. Don't just take it straight up. I mean, you can, but it can be a little bit spicy. Magnesium, again, super, super good for your digestive system. We love magnesium glycinate. So if you're going to buy any of them, magnesium glycinate is the best one. Now, we take multi-magnesium on a daily basis because this has magnesium glycinate, malate, and glycerol phosphate magnesium. So there's a couple different kinds of magnesium, but digestive system, magnesium glycinate. We prefer it in the powder as well. Even though we take some in the capsules, like we prefer it in a powder or a liquid form. Calm is another great brand of magnesium to be able to take, because there's like sleep aid, and yes, but if you take magnesium during the day, you're not going to be like tired. Like that is not what it's meant for. Because if you're like, I take magnesium at night and it helps me fall asleep. Like if I take it during the day, will I like start to fall asleep? No, that's not how it works. And then Digize. This is a special oil. I always have it in my purse because I don't always carry every single one of these things, and you never know when something's going to happen. So I always have Digize in my purse. Digest Zen, I think, is the one from doTERRA. There could be other brands and what they call them, but Digize is one of my favorites because you just put it right on your belly, go in a clockwise direction, and it can help get things moving along. Ooh, yes, Sabrina. Would fire cider be on this list? It has ACV. Yeah, so I have yet to make fire cider, but I also know that it's like making a comeback a little bit. So I know about fire cider. And if you make fire cider and you drink that, heck yeah. Yep, super good for your digestive system, your immune system, everything. Super good. Okay, skincare, first aid, bug bites, aloe vera gel, really good. However, you need to make sure it's like a natural kind. You can see that this isn't like the big old clear bottle that's green or blue because it has dyes and colorings inside of it. So you want to make sure that you're getting it from a natural source. So Project Reef is one of the newest ones that we found this year. It's hydrating sun relief. It has organic aloe and peppermint in it. So making sure that you're not just putting on that old aloe vera gel that, oh gosh, do you remember that stuff? You probably still have it. So change that, okay? We don't want that all over our bodies. Witch hazel, okay? Witch hazel is super, super good. It's great for a toner for your face, but it's also antiseptic. It's good for minor cuts and bruises. If you want to clean something out, you can use witch hazel. There's original. There's some that has like lavender in it. So witch hazel's fantastic. Coconut oil. just straight coconut oil. It's moisturizer. It's also antibacterial. It can also help with wound healing. So like if I have like a cut, a paper cut, chew my nails too far down and then they start to bleed, like whatever that kind of thing is, like skin wise, I will always take coconut oil and a little bit of lavender and I'll put it on there and help all of it. So no Neosporin. Like don't need those creams, like they're full of chemicals, and you can use other things like witch hazel, coconut oil, tea tree oil, which we already talked about. Like you can put tea tree oil on top if you're like, I don't want it to get infected. Tea tree oil. Okay. Colloidal silver gel. So they have a gel too. You don't have to buy the gel. Like you could even make the gel. Like you could put coconut oil and colloidal silver together, make your own like little gel. But I bought this off of Amazon. This is also really good for sunburns, to put colloidal silver gel on sunburns as well. But really, really good for a different way of using what we already talked about, colloidal silver into a gel. And then bug spray. This is a big deal. Like we don't want to put like toxic chemicals and DEET all over our bodies for bug spray. So I love Dr. Mercola's bug spray. This is it right here. DEET free, keeps the bugs away. It has a bunch of lemongrass, citronella, peppermint oil, deionized water. And then we also have citronella oil that we also carry around like during the summer months. Like I'll for sure have citronella inside of my purse at all times. But those are some really good ones. There's also activated charcoal for any type of accidental ingestions. Seek professional guidance. Like if your kid accidentally drinks something, does something, like make sure you seek professional guidance on that. But activated charcoal is a really great one that helps like naturally be able to stop any of that from happening. Calendula ointment, which we talked about, speeds up wound healing. Manuka honey. I didn't bring our Manuka honey, but it's an expensive honey, but it has so many healing properties to it. It's antiseptic, cuts, minor wounds. You can literally put it on a cut. We don't use it that often, but Dr. Michael had this like huge rash on the inside of his arm. And we take care of nurses. And I mean, if Alicia's on, maybe not, but I was like, Alicia, what is this? And I was having people look at it that were our patients. And they were like, did you touch something? Did you do something? And so we were putting Manuka honey on it. We were putting activated charcoal, and it didn't quite like get it gone until we went to the ocean. And he went into the ocean and scraped it. And it was almost literally gone the very next day. Which is wild. And so maybe when you're sick or you have something, you just need to go to the ocean, right? Or make some sea salt. I'm going to talk about that. Salt is very powerful, but Manuka honey is also for minor things, minor wounds, really, really good. Bonus. I want to give you a couple bonus things, and then I'm going to talk about some of the questions that I see. Wendy's asking, like, if you could recommend the top 3 things to buy to get started, what would they be? And then Lana, does Dr. Mercola work for chiggers? Yes. For protection from mosquitoes, fleas, chiggers, ticks, and other biting insects. Yes. Love it. But here's some bonus. Stress and cramps. Okay. I was looking at all the stuff that we have, and I was like trying to categorize everything and where they all belonged and like why we do them. And every day I take these 2 things. So I also know I'm not the only one that has stress in their life, but one of the things that we have, like, and there's periods of stress, right? More stress than others. Okay. So being able to have those things to keep you from going overboard and not being able to support your body during these stress times. Like Stress Away is really, really great. It's upside down. Sorry. Stress Away is awesome. It comes in 2 different things. I like the roll on, but it comes in the bigger one too. But I will just literally roll this on my wrists right here in the fronts. start my day, take my adrenal balance, and go. Because I also know there's an aspect of like making sure, even in the world of everything, that my body is being supported during stressful moments. Okay. Dragon time for cramps. I'm like, couldn't they have called it something different? But dragon time helps a whole lot. It's an oil. Really, really great. I'll tell you what's inside of it. Oh, no, I will not because I can't even. Oh, yeah. Fennel oil, clary oil, marjoram, lavender, yarrow, jasmine. So it's a mixture of oils. And a lot of I don't have a whole lot of cramps, but we definitely do have patients that do. And that's helped a whole lot. Or there's this like before flow, after flow from BioRay is really, really good to just help nourish your body right before and right after your period is going to happen. So there's a lot of ways that you can support what naturally happens in our body with supplements. So it doesn't have to be a Midol. It doesn't have to always be a heating pad on the front or a heating pad on the back, or you have to miss work because it's just terrible, like to the point of you could throw up and do all of that. Like there's a couple other things that you can definitely try that have worked very, very well. So here's where how do you build your natural medicine cabinet? Now, all the things that I told you, if those of you that are like, I'm going to keep everything sorted, vitamins, essential oils, topicals, great. You can label everything, put expiration dates. You can store. The biggest thing is you want to store them away from heat and sunlight, and because you want to keep all the potency where they need to be. And my 2 cents is just put them in a basket. Like if you want to organize them, great. Ours is inside of a basket. It just is what it is. Would I love to organize it? Yeah, great. But I don't. This is the most organizing that I've done with them. So yes. Checklist. I am going to create a checklist for you guys of everything that I just went through. So we'll be posting that and sending it out in an email. So stay tuned for that. Wendy, if I could recommend the top 3 things to buy to get started, what would they be? I think that it's different for every person, what your goal is, where you're at. But if I were to say pick one in each category, which one would they be? I would say vitamin D for your immune system. This is like game changer. It's the biggest one that matters more than anything else. Do you have this in Spanish for my friends and family? Oh, I don't, but I could make. I don't have this video in Spanish. Oh, sorry, I'm getting behind myself. Katonia, I will tell you in just a moment of what that's going to be. And then if I were to say digestive system, it would be magnesium. Get magnesium, glycinate, and then, colloidal silver. That's what I would totally say to start off with. I love colloidal silver because it's just so like you can use it for everything, literally everything. But to keep your digestive system where it needs to be, magnesium is fantastic for that. Boosting your immune system up is vitamin D3. But then it also depends on like what's your goal? What's happening? Do you want to boost your immune system? Pick a category, start there. If your digestive system gives you some stuff to start off with, and start in that category. And then slowly start to change things. Christmas is coming up. It's my favorite holiday to ask for gifts that are health related. That is why we're also doing pre-Black Friday sale in our office. So 20% off of all supplements and our functional health blueprint test. So if you're coming in this week or next week, pre-order those kinds of things. And you get 20% off, and you can, instead of spending your money on Black Friday on things you probably don't even need, spend it on your health. and spend it on some supplements, ask for supplements, or even some of these things. I want to give you like other things that we do when we are sick and we don't feel good. We absolutely get adjusted. We get adjusted more often. And that's why when you have ever called into the office and we say, you still need to get adjusted even when you're sick, it might be annoying to you. But there's research and studies that show like white blood cells increase by over 200%. Those are your immune system fighting cells when you get adjusted. So they took blood of people before they got adjusted, after they got adjusted, and their immune system boosted up over 200%. So we tell you, do not miss your adjustments when you're sick. We say get extra adjustments. Now, do you need to come in here looking all raggedy and like being all contagious like with other people here? No, like come in before the shift, come in after the shift. The girls are so good at figuring out a time that works the best for you. We're not afraid of your sickness. We know the power of what an adjustment can do, and that's exactly what we would do and what we would want someone to do for us. So we're going to do the same thing for you. Infrared saunas. We love infrared saunas. We have an infrared sauna at our house, but there's a lot of places. There's a place called Beam that's coming up here in this month, I think, opening up. You've seen, if you've been in the office, the TV, there's like ocean music that comes on and it's like different than normal. It's because it's Beam. They're great. They have infrared saunas. There's infrared blankets. There's infrared tents. And I would say if there's anything that you ask for Christmas, you could ask for like an infrared blanket, a sauna, or a tent. You can get them off of Amazon. Higher Dose is a great brand of a blanket. They're really good. And then ELT. Up at the very top right here. Oh, I can't get over that far. That's all right. The one where there's like two wands, like right here. ELT is electrolymphatic therapy. And so if you're feeling clogged up in your ears, if you're just feeling sluggish, if your lymph nodes are bulging out of your skin, ELT is super, super great. I just went on Wednesday because it was the first time that I could get in after I felt sick. And I was like, I need to go get ELT to just make sure that all of my lymph is draining like it should. I go to Soma Wellness. Kim is amazing. But there's a few more ELT places here in Nashville to go to, and you can take kids there. Kids can get ELT and it helps to move lymphatic tissue along, and they can tell you and you can feel it because it'll get stuck if there's any stuckage in your lymph. Electrolytes. Well, I had them here, but I have them inside of my water right now. But I think they're under all these papers. But electrolytes are huge. Salt, when you are sick and on a regular basis, is really, really good. We love Element. Watermelon is my favorite. But we put them in water. I have it every single morning to help balance out my electrolytes, balance out my salt levels. And when we are sick, we have more of those. So I'm going to have more electrolytes. Pretty much almost every single thing I drink is going to be full of electrolytes to help balance and make sure I don't get dehydrated. Salt room. If you've ever been to a salt room, it's kind of crazy. It's literally Himalayan salt that is like all over the place. So like it's the ground that you see right there. You see those 4 chairs. They're all sitting on salt. Salt is so good for you. It helps, especially with sinuses, like when you're breathing it in, it's like saline rinses and like neti pots, like all of that, like really helps your respiratory system too. So you can go and you can sit in a salt room. They're all over Nashville. And if you're listening from somewhere else, they're probably somewhere where you are. But I also go to Soma Wellness. They have a salt room for $20 to sit in there for a half an hour, I think. And so I went and sat in there when I didn't feel good. And it was really, really great to just breathe all of that salt in. IV therapy. So going to get like IV vitamins. I did that also when I was sick. Getting a immune boost one that's full of glutathione, vitamin C, getting even those electrolytes inside of there from the IV itself. So there's a lot of places around that that will do that. And then red lights. So that's what the bottom picture is. I do red light every morning. So red light therapy, there's a lot of places that can have red lights. There's also, you can buy a red light bulb that you can just screw inside of your lamp and have a red light. You can buy a panel like you see here. You can buy a smaller one that's for your face or like for a certain part of your body. It helps a lot with not only like skin, because you've probably seen like red light face masks, but you can put it on like your joints and it'll help go right into where you're feeling pain and help, because it's infrared. So it goes inside of your body. The light does, to help to regenerate mitochondria, skin, ligaments, all of that. So red lights are really, really fantastic. So these are other things that like outside of what I just talked about that are available to you as natural remedies to help your body and your family get better. Salt rooms are also really good for kids. Like getting your kids in there, if they start having a runny nose or like sinusy something, get them to a salt room really quick and you'll start to see it. And it might get a little worse before it gets better, but it'll start to get the gunk out instead of it staying inside of their bodies. Katanya, I don't have it in a Spanish version for your friends and family, but I will ask Myra or Vinay to see if they can't translate the checklist that I'll make. I don't know if there's Spanish subtitle. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I wish that I spoke Spanish, but maybe I'll get one of them to do this or something similar. So I think I went ELT, electro. So we're going to move into the Q&A. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments, because after this, I'm done. So if you are done, I'm done. But if you want to stay on and listen to some of the questions, but the only one that I haven't answered is this last one. What is ELT? So ELT is this right here, Katanya, this right here. So it's called electrolymphatic therapy. And so those are wands that have electricity going through them, and it helps to break up any type of like lymphatic tissue that could be clogged up. So when you have ever felt and you're like, gosh, my lymph nodes are like swollen and you can feel them inside of here, that means that your lymphatic system, which is like the cleaner upper, it's like part of your immune system that takes anything that's not good and brings them to your lymph nodes so that they can get broken down and fought from your immune system and then out of your body. But it can get clogged up in there if we're not moving, if we're not exercising. Wearing tight clothing can also like restrict our lymphatic system. So the ELT helps to break that up. It is wild what happens when it's like, if it's fine, it'll be so just back and forth. But if it's clogged, it'll literally stop. Like they can't move it any farther. And so it's crazy what it does, but it's pretty incredible. It helps a whole lot, like especially during not feeling good, but it's also a good thing to do. Like I do it once a month, go do some ELT, make sure my lymphatic system is clear. Another way of helping my body to work and function like it should. Great. I think that's all the questions that we have. I just want to thank you guys for being on tonight. Look for that checklist. We will send out an email. So then that way you guys have that checklist and going through everything that I just went through, and just start to like move your natural medicine cabinet into something that's supportive for your family. Okay, we'll see you guys. Bye-bye.